Alrighty, so we are trying a different setup because this is going to be a really long video, and we'll just have to see what happens with it. Um, but with all that said, though, what is up, everyone? D10794 Productions, and welcome to the Ripoff collection. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and it is about time that we finally do so. Um, so for those who are basically don't know what I'm talking about, like they're just learning about this for the first time. Basically, um, because of how successful Baby Einstein was, thousands of people decided, or maybe just hundreds, I don't know, it's hard to determine, but lots of other people decided that they wanted to make a quick buck by copying everything that they were doing. So there are lots of them out there of all different types of varieties. Some are good, some are bad, and some are even ugly. Some are only very loosely inspired, some you can see just some similarities, and some don't make their copying very subtle or obvious at all. So, we have different types of varieties, and we have different types of media as well. Most of these are DVDs, but I have VHSs and two CDs as well that we're also going to take a look at. Um, so I say let's just go ahead and get started. Let's start off with the VHSs. I only have 7 here to show, and I figured that'll probably be the easiest to start off with. So, let's get started. So, first ripoff we're going to take a look at is this one, Moo Moo Mozart. Um, this one you can kind of basically get an idea of how it's copying right there, like introducing your child to music early, all that. And the contents are directly based off of Baby Einstein, like classical music with toys and all that, and it's made for babies. Um, this one's not very subtle with its copying. Um, I mean, it's not as blatant with its copying, I should say. But yeah, so here's the front, here's the back. You can pause and read all the stuff on the back if you want, if you can actually read it that well. I'm not sure. Um, like I said, I'm not used to this setup, so I honestly don't know. Um, this is probably going to be the only time I'm actually going to do it this way. I'm just doing this so I'm not running up my storage on my phone. Um, but yeah, if you want to read it, then go ahead. Here is the company that made this one, Totally Tie, and we have other products from them as well. Um, here's the side, the other side's the same, and the top. And here is the VHS tape. It did not come with the guide, but it did come with a little crack right there. That's nice. It plays fine though. Um, Mozart, copyright 99 by Totally Tie Productions. I got this on eBay. So there's that one. We'll probably just make a pile back there. Alright, then the next year they released Jump Jump Jazzy. I've already ripped this one. Um, I'll paste a link to the playlist with all my ripoffs, or at least the ones that I've ripped in the description, and you can go watch them there. This one is very boring. This is probably the worst one of all of them. It's basically Meet the Orchestra if it was made 6 years earlier, and it's very boring. There's barely any memorable toys. But yeah, I got this from Amazon. And you can see they changed their names. So now instead of Totally Tie, now they go by Xenology Learning Company. Very weird. I don't know why they changed their name. Because if you look at the tape, it still says 1999 Totally Tie. This one does have the flip guide. Um, all of the songs are completely custom. They're not real songs. So yeah. And also on the back, they still say Totally Tie. So I don't know if they just printed this before they changed the name, or maybe this is like a later print, because the video itself says Zoonology, so I don't know what all that's about. It's really weird, honestly, but yeah. Also, something worth noting, I got this on Amazon. It was brand new, and when I opened it, this was completely broken on the top. Yeah, great customer service, Amazon seller. But luckily my dad just happened to have a replacement one of those, and he just replaced it, and it plays fine now. And then the last video, they only made 3 of them. This one is not as known because there are barely any copies out there. I guess this one didn't sell that well. But I got it and I ripped it, and it is Go-Go Globy. This was the last product that they made because there was one other thing that I'll show later. I'll show it after the VHSs actually. Um, but yeah, this is the 3rd video. This came out the next year in 2001, and one thing worth noting on the cover is that they reuse the same mascots from the other 2 videos. So like, there's the cow from Moo Moo Mozart, and there's the kangaroos from Tom Tom Cassie. In fact, actually, back on this, there's the cow up there. But yeah, this was lost. This was lost for a while, but I found a copy online. I paid a price that I don't want to admit, but I'd say it was worth it for archival purposes. And I think it was new as well. Yeah, this is from 2001. This one is not really as interesting. I'd say it's in the middle between the 3 videos. And also this, I believe this came out in early 2001, and it features footage of the Twin Towers. Yeah, I could see why this didn't sell that well, because, yeah, when you have a video that comes out in early 2001 and you have footage of the Twin Towers in it, that's not good. It's just a coincidence, but still, it's very bad to think about. This one has a guide, and it's cardstock for some reason. The other one is just like regular paper, but yeah. Also, a lot of these songs or maybe half of these songs are not correct, or they're completely unknown. But some of them are correct, though, like America, Canada. I think France is alright, but yeah, some of these are completely unknown, like My Lay Young Sung and Weekend in Florence. Like, I can't find anything about those, so. This one, though, does say Zoology Learning Company, which is very weird. But yeah. Here's the tape. The tape, actually, the label was starting to come off, and I put regular Scotch tape on it. But as you can see, it's not there anymore because a couple nights ago I decided to peel it off because I thought it was stupid. And thankfully I was careful enough and the label did not get damaged at all. So I just got a glue stick and just glued it back on, and it works just fine. But yeah. Very weird video though. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Alright. Next one. This one I have not ripped because Co already beat me to it, but I decided to get my own copy anyway just because I thought it would be interesting. We have Baby Lingus, Spanish with Juanito. This one is kind of not subtle with its copying, somewhat. I mean, right here, this just looks very weird. But then you go to the back, and, yeah, totally original. But yeah, it's weird. And here's the side. Yeah, also, this website is very inconsistent, because on here it says .net, and on the tape label, I think it says .net, but when you play the video, it says .cc, which makes no sense. It still works, but, very weird. I don't know how to explain that. Here's the tape. Yeah, it says .net right there. What the fuck? And this is the only video that they made. I would assume maybe they probably intended on making more, but I guess it didn't sell that well, so, they never ended up doing it. And I don't blame them, because the video is very bad. It is filmed very poorly, and there's barely any toys in it that are actually worth anything. Besides for maybe like a Hannah's K clock, but that's about it. So, very boring. You can go watch it on Co's channel, because I'm not ripping it since he already did. Alright, the last 3 tapes are actually interesting, because this ripoff series is very slightly different, because it's made by BE employees. Yes. So it's basically the same team that made the first few videos. So, you know, like Mark Burr, Bill Weisbach, and all of them. But Julie Clark did not work on this, because if she did, then she would have gotten into trouble with Disney for working on a project that is basically the same as BE that she shouldn't have, because she was tied to the company. So instead, we have Jodie Benson hosting these, and if those hints aren't subtle enough, the next series we're talking about is BB Faith. This is the first VHS I have. This one's apparently the rarest, or one of the more rare ones. There's one that we don't have anything of, which I'll show later. We only have like one photo of it, but no actual copies. But yeah, this is made by BE employees. It was co-created by Mark Burr, shot and edited by Mark Burr. The sound design's done by Bill Weisbach, and the puppets are made and performed by the Privets. So yeah, very weird. But yeah, and here's the back of it. Definitely interesting. I have ripped this one. Even though there are DVD rips out there, the VHS is still interesting because this one's slightly different because it's Sony Wonder, which is not really that well known. But yeah, definitely interesting though. Here's the side, here's the other side, and the top. Here's the label, Volume 1, from 2004, and it definitely shows because it's really rough around the edges compared to some of the other videos. Also, I should mention most of the tapes, besides for certain exceptions like the Juanito, all these tapes are from eBay. Besides Spanish with Juanito, which I got on Amazon. Or no, Jump Up Jazzy I got on Amazon as well. So 5 of the 7 I got on eBay. Here's another one, God Made Music. This one I have also ripped. Even though there is a DVD rip of it, and obviously DVD rips are better quality, but whatever. There's this. Is this one. It's basically the same layout on these, except they replace the photos, and the child. Also, fun fact, that child appears in another Mark Burr ripoff that we're going to see later as well. Yeah, 2004. Family Tree Media, that's a made-up company that Mark made. It is on his personal website, which is interesting. Also, this retailed for $13. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Also, Volume 3, I'm pretty sure this is actually Volume 2. Because, spoiler alert, I have a DVD of it, and it's Volume 2. So, I don't know why it says 3 here, but whatever. But yeah, not much to say about that. Then, the last tape, this one I need to record, or this one I do need to actually, like, post eventually. We have God Made Animals. This is Volume 3, or the tape says 2, but I'm pretty sure this is Volume 3. But yeah, here's the back. Again, it's all basically the same, just this is different, and then obviously the pictures are all different as well. But yeah, besides, this also retailed for $13. I'm not sure where. I mean, I think it was like bookstores maybe or something. God Made Animals says Volume 2. I don't know why. Also, as you notice, each tape is a different color as well. God Made Me was black, Music was red, and this one is blue. So that's interesting. And then there's one more VHS they made, God Made Families, but that has never surfaced at all. There's like one picture of the cover, and that's it. So, yay, that's lost media. And yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that, but yeah. Alright, let's do the 2 CDs real quick. Both of these I've ripped. You can go check the description, or go to the description to the playlist where they're ripped. First up, we have Calm Baby. This is the CD equivalent to it. Basically, it's the CD. It comes with the DVD as well, but they also sold it separately as I don't know what for, but yeah. Here's the back. 2001. Here's the disc, and there's no guide. This literally is just a single sheet of paper, which is weird. It also doesn't want to go back in for some reason. Come on, go back in. There we go. So yeah, I mean the songs are. I mean, the non-vocal stuff is actually kind of interesting. I guess it does sound kind of nice, I will admit. But yeah, we'll just put it on top of the VHSs since it's only 2 of them. Speaking of, here's the other one. This is the last totally tie product that needed to be ripped. We have Quack Quack Classical. This came out either before or around the same time as Go Go Globy, because you can see there's the cow and the kangaroo, but the gorilla is not on here. And also the duck is not on that cover too, so I guess they were released around the same time. I'm not sure. There's no date on this, so I don't know when it came out, but yeah. But I ordered this on eBay, and this was also lost media because it's sold on Amazon. Here's the back. These songs are really weird. Track 5 and 18 are played with or are played with different instruments than all the rest of them that are just played with the same generic piano. Also, speaking of track 5, that is not correct. That one is Air on G string, and this one is green sleeves. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know why they messed up. Although on the website they mentioned Rondo alla Turca was on here, but it's not. And also I think some other songs were also scrapped from this as well, I think, on that thing. So I don't know. It's weird. But yeah. Here's the sides. Here's the disc. Very weird design. Here's the guide. Here's the inside. Yeah, all that, and then all that. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. I also uploaded this on Archive as well, so you can go watch it there. You can go listen to it there too. You can't watch because it's an audio CD. All right, now for the DVDs. Let's just get on with it. We have a lot of them to go through. A good amount of them are series, so more than one. So we'll probably start with those first, and then we have all the one-offs at the end. Let's continue the Babyface trilogy. Let's start off with the DVD version of God Made Music. I got this from Jagger along with 4 others that are going to be shown later in the video. It's basically the same as the VHS, just in higher quality. Everything is exactly the same except for the disc, which says Volume 2. So I don't know if this one's correct, or I mean, I would assume it is because it has the same level of quality as Me. So I would assume this one came afterward, and then Animals was third, but I don't know. I really don't know. What's that? Somebody will have to do their due diligence and figure that out. All right, next one is the one that we don't have a VHS of. It's this, aka Jackson's Weird Obsession. I don't know why he obsesses over this, but yeah. This one came out in 2005. It is Volume 4. Here's back. Not much else to say. I mean, they're all basically about the same. We have a normal disc design, which is interesting. Volume 4. Not much to say about that. The videos themselves are actually, I mean, I guess they're kind of interesting maybe, but most people find them boring, and I can probably see why, but who knows. This one, on the other hand, might be the most interesting one of them all. We got God Made Babies. For some reason, this one is kind of hard to come by. The others you can find easily, but for some reason, this one you can't. I don't know why. I don't know why it's kind of rare, but for some reason it is. This one has a ton of Petra toys in it for some reason. Yeah, it's got a bunch of Petra stuff, like the Miva pull-alongs and the ramp walkers. It's got a ton of things in it. It's actually quite interesting. I'm quite surprised. Also, these retailed for $15. What a ripoff. You're gonna make me pay $2 extra. Also, yeah, Volume 5. Or actually, did the other ones? Okay, that one doesn't say. Yeah, that one's 15. What the fuck? Why did the price get raised by $2? What the fuck? All right, then the very last one that they made, God Made Christmas. This one is the most common one of them all. Literally, go on eBay and search up Babyface DVD, and yeah, there's a ton of these. So I don't know how this one completely oversold. I guess people were more interested in this one than any of the others, but yeah, this one, there's a lot of them. I mean, I guess it's interesting, but I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah, um, volume 6, and it's distributed by this Tommy Nelson group. I'm not going to show this because it's not interesting, but basically they just distribute a bunch of Christian stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not going to show the whole thing because nobody cares, but yeah. Also, this is on one of the co-creators' Vimeo as well, which is interesting, I guess. I guess they like this one the most of the others. But yeah. But yeah, so that is it for the Babyface trilogy. Then let's do another series. So remember earlier when I mentioned that there was another Mark Burr BE ripoff series? Well, let's take a look at that one now. Now, this one technically wasn't made by him. It was technically made by these two doctors who asked Mark Burr to help with the video production. But it still has him, Bill Weisbach, and Dave Privet, or Dave and June Privet, working on it. It is Baby Signs. This one was made by two doctors who founded the Baby Signs group, or whatever, company, whatever. But yeah. But yeah, the BE team worked on this. Again, minus Julie Clark, although wouldn't even matter anyway because there's no adults in this video or any of these videos. It's all just kids. There's not even toys in it either. It's just 3D animation, uh, two puppets, and a bunch of kid scenes. Like that's basically the structure of these videos. Um, here's the back. Um, I've ripped all of these on here. Um, I have basically every video that kind of matters. There's a few of them out there that basically don't matter, and there's one that is definitely not appropriate to be ripping. I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you know what it is, then yeah, I'm not getting that one because no. Also, Clowntown Media is another made-up company that Mark Burr, or another company that Mark Burr made up. This was on that. This was credited on that one website that I thought he was dead. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail because obviously that was just a bunch of bogus. It turns out. Here's the DVD. I got these all on a giant lot on eBay. I think it was like 8 of them for $30, which probably isn't too bad. I mean, I probably wouldn't have bought it because I don't really need these, but for ripping purposes, I decided to get them because some of them were not. Some of them were ripped, but then were taken down, and the others were uploaded by some random channel who edited them slightly, and they were very poor quality. They were very poor quality rips. So that was the first one that they made, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure the exact order of when these were. These also do not have volume numbers on them, but here's the next one, Bath Time Signs. This one's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Again, one of the first ones made, and it definitely shows. Again, Clowntown Media in 2004. And yeah, again, there's two puppets that are made by Dave, and then they're performed by him and June. And then the last of the 3 that were first released was Mealtime Signs. This could technically be the first one, but I highly doubt it. I'm not sure. I don't know. One thing that's worth noting about these 3 videos is that they were also produced at the exact same time as Babyface, so there are a couple overlaps as well. Like certain props being reused and the sets looking very similar. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's back. Yeah, these are all this is the contents of the DVDs, basically. You have the 3D animation. Those are the only 2 puppets that show up in the series. You got that guy, and then a bunch of kid scenes. That's basically all that's on here. There's no toys or anything. There's not even classical music. All the tracks are just nursery rhymes that are performed by Bill Weisbach, and it's kind of boring. Clowntown Media, 2004. Also, these DVDs do not have any company logos or menus or anything, so what you see in the YouTube rips, that's literally all of the contents that are on these DVDs. Literally, that's it. It's all just one video file, and that's it. No other bonus features or anything. No company logos, no tutorials, nothing. So everything that you see in those rips is it. But yeah, so let's just continue on. So next up, we have My Pet Signs. This is the fourth video. We know that for a fact, because this one had Bill Weisbach, but not the Privets, because they, I guess, got too busy with, Disney made them too busy with Baby Einstein, I would assume with Baby Monet around the time. So, they stepped down, and then puppeteering was taken over by Mark Burr and some random person. I don't know. You ever heard of Pete Ward? Yeah, me neither. But yeah, same pictures and everything. Again, content media, all that. Yeah, it's all on YouTube. Not much to say. Then after that, then Bill Weisbach stepped down after that, and then the guy who made the theme song for the series then took over for sound design, starting off with this, I believe. Sign Along with Bebo. I thought this one was going to be kind of boring, but turns out it actually has new content on it, which is quite interesting. I was expecting it to be kind of like a compilation or something, but no, it's actually got all these are new stuff, which is quite interesting. There's that. This was previously on Archive along with Pets, but then for some reason they got taken down. I don't know why. Alright, next one. We have My Park Signs. Yeah, not much to say about this one. Here's a DVD. These ones are not as interesting, honestly. So there's not much to say about them. No. Okay, this one I do have something to say. No. Just no. I didn't even watch this one when I ripped it. I literally just took the video file, threw it into Adobe, and then just exported it without watching it. It's not worth it. And then, speaking of not worth it, My First Fun Signs. This is a compilation of those same six videos I just showed besides Sign Along with Bebo. It's one word from each of those videos, so it's very boring, and it doesn't even reuse Wisebox sound design, so the same guy from the other two, or other three over there that we just looked at, basically completely redoes everything in this. But yeah, this is from 2006. I don't know why it says 2005, but it is 2006, or it should be. I don't know. Alright, and then we have one more series that we're going to take a look at. So that is all the ones that basically involve BE employees. But now we have some interesting ones. Let me just make sure. I think I'm missing one. Okay, I don't know where it went. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on a second. Alrighty, so luckily we have two pieces of good news. Number one, I can pause videos, recordings like this in Streamyard, which is good. And two, I found what I was looking for. It was in the stack. It was just, since it doesn't have a case, I couldn't find it, but I found it, so we're all good. Anyway, let's move on to the final series I have before we get all the one-offs. So, well, one of them I have a series of, but I don't have more of the DVDs. Anyway, Baby IQ. This is a British ripoff that was randomly brought over to America for some reason. Very weird, and I don't know why it was by Brainy Baby. I don't know why Dennis decided to bring this over. I guess he just liked it so much, or he just liked that it was a ripoff and just decided to bring it over to the States. I'm not sure. It's a kind of a weird series. It's these are our characters, which are I'm not sure what to think of them. And the music is all by the London Symphony Orchestra. I know, very exciting. But yeah, here's that. The disc designs are really weird. Like, it's just a picture, and then all the text is very, very small. Like, you see this right here? That's all the text right there. I don't know why it's so small. You have to basically get a magnifying glass to read it. And then also the back cover, the back of the DVD has all the tracks, which is really weird. I don't know what that's about. And this one also comes with a guide, but I'm not going to show it because it's boring. It basically just talks about the London Symphony Orchestra and some other thing that I'm not bothered to look into. All right, Volume 2, The World Around Us. And this came from a library, and I don't know how to take the stickers off without damaging the art. And I'm not even going to bother trying because I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth it. Here's the back. This was made probably around the same time as the other video, because it still uses the old puppets of these. These are like new ones that they constructed later on that we'll see later. But yeah, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah. I don't know why that's there. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, and again, you need a magnifying glass to read all this. Yeah. Alright, Volume 3 somehow came from that same library. I don't know how. Maybe I ordered this from the same seller on eBay, but yeah, that is a really weird coincidence. What the fuck? But yeah, you can see now we have the new puppets that are right there. They're actually in the video. Also, that shot looks unfortunately that shot actually looks kind of cool on the back. It's in the video, but yeah, it's weird, but it's also kind of cool. This one somehow has the guide. I don't know how, but it does. Really weird. And it like barely fits in there for some reason though. I think this case is like ever so slightly smaller than a normal DVD case for whatever reason. I don't know what that's about, but it's weird. Okay. Volume 4, I unfortunately do not have a case for. It's counting. It just comes in this because I guess the original seller lost the case, and this is why I couldn't find it because it's very thin. But yeah, not much else to really say since it doesn't have a case. There's not much I can really show. Oh yeah, there's that. All right, and then the last one they made, Volume 5, is this one. This one's kind of hard to come by, somewhat. Maybe, I don't know. Also, apparently this also came from a library, which is really weird. Yeah. That. Yeah, they're all basically, yeah. Also, why is this in here? It's not supposed to come with it, but, why? I don't know why this is in here. It shouldn't be, but, yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. And then, this. I don't know why there's these. I don't know what that does. And then, since this one is a translucent case, it has a... I mean, I'm pretty sure the other ones are printed onto the back of the artwork, so... I mean, even if it was a transparent case or not, you'd probably still be able to see it anyway, but, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is broken for some reason. I don't know why. But, yeah. Alright, now let's get on to the other ones. There's one that I have there's one from a series that I have 2 videos on, but I'm not bothered to get the other ones because they're really boring and don't matter. But it's Baby Einstein's main competitor at the time that they were still around. This was their main competitor. Brainy Baby. I have both Right Brain and Left Brain. These are the only 2 videos that really matter of all of them. And also, yeah, they made the artwork line up when you get both of them. They did that on the original release as well with that kid. But yeah, here's this one first. This one's the more kind of interesting one because the original version of this one caused Julie Clark to file a lawsuit against Dennis Fedoruk, who made this. Yeah, very interesting. Because he copied a lot of the scenes from the Baby Einstein videos, like Language Nursery, Baby Mozart, and Baby Bach, which is ironic because Baby Mozart was filmed at his studio. So, yeah, he basically copied those and then he got sued. Yeah, very funny. Um, and then in this one, the 2003 one, they just use even more BE toys. Like there's things like the pop-up top from Shakespeare, the Mindbender blurs, the Polaris. I'm trying to think what else is there. There's other things, but yeah, they had to replace a bunch of other BE toys from the old one, like the spiral ball lamp, the Hydro Gyro, the rocket tornado lamp, the bear in the box. Like all of those got sued because they were basically copying BE. They are not present in here. They're all replaced with a bunch of random stuff. Um, Here's the disc, and then here's the guide. It's really weird. It's basically just the same as the BE one, but slightly worded differently. And then Left Brain, this one, kind of the same story, I think, but not as memorable as the other one, though. These updated ones have extra songs that are added, which is really weird. Um, this one does not have a guy, but yeah. So yeah, there's like 9 other ones out there, but I'm not bothered to get them because they're really boring. But yeah, so now the rest of these are all one-offs. Some of these may have had sequels, or well, technically some of these did have sequels, but they basically didn't last long, or I just don't have them because they're not all that interesting. Let's continue on with the ones that I got from Jagger. So you may remember God Made Music was one of them. I have 4 other ones that I got from him as well. Let's see. First up, we have WizKid. This one's very boring, actually. It's not as interesting. There's like barely any toys in it. The music is really weird. Basically, the only highlight of this DVD. You recognize that kid? You don't? Well, that is the original voice actor for Darwin Watterson from Gumball. I think that might be him, although it might be one of the other kids in the video. But yeah, for some reason he's in this. This is from 2001. Very weird. I don't know. What the fuck kind of a coincidence that is. But yeah. Also, lots of these are coming from libraries, which is really weird. But yeah, not much to say about that one. Okay, I do have something to say about this though. What the fuck is going on with these videos? They're very bad. They basically they record like 1 or 2 clips and then they just repeat them over and over again with slightly different angles, and it makes you feel like you're about to go mentally insane. I like to call this one baby psychosis because of that, because it makes it feel like you're gonna become a psycho killer. It's really, I mean, it has a couple things like some interesting kinetics and stuff, but they're all shot very terribly. Um, Jagger uploaded these from this exact DVD. Go watch them on his channel. It's basically all 3 videos on one disc, which is really weird. Ugh, what is this disc? It's so reflective. Like you can see me right there. Hi. What the fuck? What is that font? Like that looks terrible. That font looks awful. And yeah, like what the fuck were those Canadians thinking? Because this comes from Canada. Yeah, I should mention that basically every country in the world had their own type of Baby Einstein ripoff. This came from Canada. There were some from Mexico, Japan, Russia, South Korea. That one had the most blatant of them all. Turkey, Australia, Spain, Italy, France. Literally, lots of countries had their own. There's a whole entire doc full of all the ripoffs. But yeah. Okay, this one I also have something to say. Who thought this was a good idea? Like, just why? And ugh. Also, he took a shit on it, which I don't blame because I would have done the same thing. This is absolutely terrible. Somehow there's toys in it, like the Curation and the shape sorting arc, and a couple other BE toys like the Jack in the Box, the Flying Octopus thing, the Cool Valley thing for Beethoven 04, and a couple other BE toys. But it's very terrible. Like, why? Also, yeah, they tried to trademark Baby Scholastica, which I can probably imagine they probably didn't get that trademark because, yeah, this isn't Baby Einstein, so they can't really get a trademark like that. Um, but yeah, it's awful. It's terrible. And the worst part is that oh shit, it just came off. This is so weird. I don't know why this is like this. Also, what is this disc design? Ew, this is disgusting. Also, Latin, Vietnamese, and Portuguese. Why? But yeah, this is terrible. You can see why it didn't stay on. Like, what is this? But anyway, what I was gonna say, and the cherry on top of why this video is so bad, guess what? This one apparently was BE employees, not Mark Burr or Bill Weisbach or Privet. No, the people who made the god-awful music in Baby's First Moves. Yes, Kip Cooper and Scott Roche actually sound designed this. And then when they went to make Baby's First Moves, they copied their sound design exactly from this and put it onto Baby's First Moves, which makes it 10 times worse. There's a sequel too, but I'm not getting it because I don't see the point of it. And finally, the last one that I got from Jagger, this one's actually more interesting. Baby Road Trip Jungle. These videos are very weird. Um, but this one's probably the only one I would say that's actually interesting. Um, this is a reprint from 2006. I think the actual video came out in like 2002 or 3. Um, it's got a bunch of interesting toys in it. It's got some like Pure One cone puppets made by Morvisca Stredna, and a bunch of other BE toys in it that I can't think of. So the toy selection in this is actually kind of decent. I will admit, I'm quite surprised because these other videos kind of suck, especially Beach. Yeah. Um, but yeah. This is already ripped online though, so not much to say about that. It wasn't not by Jagger or by me, just some rando who just happened to have a copy as well. Okay, next up. Uh, no, my audio did not freeze up. I don't have this one. Did not come with a case. It's Baby Hindustani. This one is also weird. This one is exploring Bengali, which is all the other videos besides this in Hindi, which is the main one, is lost media. Jagger uploaded Hindi, and this one is exactly the same, except it's different Hindi. It's Bengali. So the narrations are different, but everything else is exactly the same. There's not as many interesting toys in it besides for another Pure One cone puppet and the IKEA little Vimsig mobile thing. But yeah, it's weird. Also, some of the tracks have lots of wrong notes, and it just sounds very poor. All right, next up, this is one of the more well-known ones as well. Baby Prodigy. There are 4 other videos, and I don't have any of the other ones. I mean, I would get Baby Preschool, but I'm not really bothered to do it right now, because I just don't really see the point. But basically, it's interesting, I guess. I mean, it has some things in it. Again, it has a Vimsic mobile and a couple other interesting things, but I don't know what to think of it, to be honest. Um, the video on this is also very poor. Again, just like the Baby Science DVDs, there's no menus or anything on here. It does have company logos, but that's about it. And also, you can't fast forward for some reason. You can't rewind, or no, you can fast forward. You can't rewind. You can pause and rewind, but you can't fast forward. I don't know why. So you have to actually sit and watch this. So if there's a scene that and yeah, you can't rewind. So if there's a scene you want to go back to, you have to either watch the whole thing entirely again and then put it back in the DVD player, or you have to just stop it and then take it out and then put it back in. I don't know why it's designed like that, but it's terrible. I mean, the music is also kind of decent, but I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about it. Um, so yeah. You can make up your mind. There's also several rips on YouTube as well that, but yeah. Let's see. How many do we have left? We have 7 more. You can see. I don't even know how many this is currently right now. But yeah. Let's just move on. Next up, we have another one that this one's actually good. This one's good. We have Calm Baby. So we saw the CD earlier, and we have that. I obviously showed it earlier. Um, but yeah, this one did not come with it for some reason. It has the DVD, but yeah, for some reason the CD wasn't included. This one's actually probably one of the best ripoffs, to be honest. The music is decent, and the selection they use of things is actually kind of interesting. Like there's a bunch of sea life kinetics. Like there's the obviously the orcas and then the kinetic frogs. And then there's a bunch of other interesting stuff in here, like the wave machine and some other Carlisle paperweights. So it's got some good stuff. I will admit, it's definitely very interesting. I mean, it's better than the sequel, Fun Baby. That one's not even fun at all. Um, Speaking of not fun at all, Little Go to School. There are 2 other videos. One of them is Lost Media, and yeah, this one also kind of was, but then a copy showed up on eBay and I bought it because whatever. It's very weird. This is from 2008, so this came out 2 years after Meet the Orchestra, and that's basically kind of what this is. But it's really bad. I ripped it, and yeah, it's not interesting at all. Um, these videos are just weird. But yeah, very boring looking disc. Not much to say about it. Again, you can go watch it over there. Okay, now we have what is considered by some the actual most entertaining one of them all because it's got a good toy selection and a decent soundtrack. International Baby. This is a reprint that was made in 2005 or 6. Jagger has the original version from 2001 that he ripped the English one of, but this one is a later print, as you can see, because it's called Let's Sing Together instead of 101. It even says it on the cover right there, formerly known as International Baby 101. But it's exactly the same as the other one. The only difference is the illustrations are updated, and there's these 2 characters now, which the very beginning of the DVD has them in CGI, and it looks absolutely terrifying. But yeah, it's all exactly the same. Um, so yeah, not much else to say about that. It's basically, yeah. But at least we get to see the Japanese version because it's a separate audio file. The video file itself is exactly the same, but you choose which audio you'd rather listen to, English or Japanese, and obviously Jagger couldn't rip that because they were completely separate, and I'm sure he didn't want to make it an hour long, but yeah. So I ripped the Japanese one. It's really weird because the first time I ripped um, this song got it taken down for some reason, so I had to re-rip it again later on, and then now it's still up. It still has a copyright claim on it though for that, but I don't know if I disputed it or not, but it's still up luckily. Um, but yeah, it's really weird. Apparently, there's a Spanish one as well, which is also exactly the same except Spanish instead of Japanese. Also, this is a weird. Okay. And actually, speaking of Spanish, it's kind of funny. I'm not going to show the guides of the other ones, but I'm going to make an exception for this because that. But take a look at this. Um, so we got all this, not too interesting, yada yada. But check up. There's a mistake right here. Interactive vocabulary flashcards in both English and Spanish. Yeah, that's totally Spanish. Yeah, I've heard people. Yeah, I've heard that's what Spanish looks like. Yeah, so I don't know what the fuck that was about. I guess they made the Spanish one first, and then when they went to make it for Japanese, I guess they just forgot to change it or something. I don't know what that's about. I'm curious if it has that same issue on here, I wonder. I'm not sure, but that would be funny. But yeah, so I don't know what that's about. This came from Amazon. All the other ones are from eBay. We're almost done. And actually, I'm going to rotate them this way so you can see them all. Just because I might also get a thumbnail shot with this as well. Or try to make this a thumbnail as well. In fact, and actually, you know what? Let's move some of these to make it balanced. So let me move these up here actually. Sorry that I know this isn't the best angle, but whatever. So there we go. How about that? We'll just do that. Although we'll actually probably put these there. Alright. Now, we got 4 more. Next up, Country Baby. This one is really weird. Basically, it's country music, although it's actually just nursery rhymes that are set to country-styled music. It doesn't really work that well, but it's still listenable, surprisingly. Like, I can still watch it. The toy selection, it's kind of mid. It's got, like, a combination throughout the entire video of, like, 13 BE toys, including the Tri-Illusion that they really get carried away with color huing it, because they include it in every scene except for one, because they, I guess, forgot to include it for whatever reason. Also, what is this? You're really gonna make, like, what? This isn't food. This is a DVD. Don't do that. Ingredients: country music, puppets, stimulating visuals, introduction to colors, animation. Contains 100% natural country flavors. So what? You want me to put this disc in my mouth like Peter Clown? Also, sad face. Except it's not actually. It's the baby's nose. But if you cover that up, it looks like a sad face. What the fuck? Also, this is another copy that I had to buy because my original copy I accidentally fucked up when I tried to rip it. I somehow damaged the ISO when I was trying to duplicate the video files. And yeah, I messed it up so bad that I had to get another copy. I know. Very sad. Alright, then they made a sequel. Star Spangled Baby. This came out the exact same year as well. I don't know if this came out on Independence Day or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But, yeah. It's basically the exact same thing, except different toys, and it's entirely America-based. Like, it's American-themed, which, yeah, I can guarantee if this got in the hands of any foreign person, they would have a field day with this. Yeah, it's got the Tri-Illusion again, but it's the other variant, and then there's a couple other things in it, like the Wayne and some other forgettable things in it. But, this one's even more weirder, and it's got 2 really annoying sing-alongs that the kids sing very poorly. Again, cover that up and you get a sad face. Yeah. Luckily, this one I did not damage, even though the rip didn't go as well, because there's one part where the 2 video files meet that kind of glitched up. But other than that, it's fine. I mean, it's better than Jagger's other rips. So yeah, whatever. Alright, 2 more. These ones are bad. If you thought Holy Baby was bad, get ready for these last 2. First up, or, well, second to last one. What the fuck is this? Who thought this was a good idea? This is not something you should actually make. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to get this. I just kind of got it because I was buying something else and just wanted to add a few extra dollars so I could do a payment technique that I always use. And for some reason I chose this. I don't know why. Yeah, just a quick PSA. Do not ever combine hip hop and Mozart because it's terrible. It does not work at all. Back. I don't know how to feel about those puppets. Also, not to sound racist or anything, but why is that one way more darker? I don't like that. That's very weird. Again, no offense to anyone or the makers, but yeah, why? Also, there's a bunch of really weird themes to this as well. Like, All of the transitions between scenes takes supposed to take place in like some like subway train thing. I don't know. I don't know anything about this or why they made it. Um, you can go watch it on Jagger's channel. He ripped it. It's absolutely terrible. Also, KIDDDY. They added 3 Ds for literally no reason. And even worse, it's on both the DVD and the CD. You literally had, like, if it was just the back cover, that would be excusable, but no. They deliberately left it on both of these. And it doesn't even work. The actual website has 2 Ds in it, and they do fix it in the credits, but yeah. How do you mess up that badly? Like, again, if it was only on the back or if it was just a one-time thing, that would be excusable, but no. They deliberately put 3Ds on all 3 of the things right there. Also, I should mention their website is very weird. Before this came out in 2006, there was like some other weird things that they released, and then after this, their website just basically just went offline, and then like they said it was under construction that it would be come back, and it never did. Um, Funny enough, the website is still online today, and it still has that same sites under construction. We'll be back soon. Yeah, they never updated that in like 15 years or something. But yeah, this is very bad. Again, do not mix genres together because hip hop and Mozart do not match up. Okay, last ripoff. This one is definitely one of the worst ones ever. I don't know why they actually made this a thing. Oh god, get ready, brace yourselves for this one. Oh god, Baby China. What the fuck? First of all, this video feels more like what a YouTube parody video on YouTube would be like, because there's lots of them out there. They should have just stuck to this being like a 10-minute YouTube video. This does not deserve to be a 30-minute DVD that they only sold on Amazon, and as a result, nobody bought it. Um, it's very bad quality. Like, just look at these scenes. Like, ew. What is the fuck is that? Ew. Very bad production quality. Okay, random stock photo. That kid does not like he wants to be there, and Baby Van Gogh ripoff. Also, that is definitely not true at all. Like, why? I mean, there is a chance that guy might actually be real, but I don't know why he would rate this. That's just weird. And also, why is there an underscore in the company name? That doesn't make sense. And what kind of a company name even is Bay Me Company? That doesn't make sense. Like, I really don't understand. Also, these illustrations are done in Microsoft Paint, and the actual video itself is edited in Windows Movie Maker. And the actual ISO is probably made with Windows DVD Maker as well. So literally, this isn't like I said, this is basically just 2010 or 2010 YouTube parody made with free Windows softwares. Um, ugh, oh, that's gross. And then yeah, also if you thought the toy clips were filmed or all the clips are filmed terribly, wait until you see the toy selection. The best thing in the video is some really, really rare Tomy translucent windups, like the flip over gorillas and kangaroo from Noah, and then some other rare ones. And there's also a Rabbit Tanaka fish motion lamp. But besides the windups and that lamp, the rest of the toys they choose are absolutely garbage. Probably the worst toy in the entire video is a I shit you not, go watch the rip or the DVD trailer, it is in there. They use a Chicken Little Happy Meal toy. Who does that? Why? So yeah, just go watch it. Maybe at some point soon, I might upload the rip because my original I just recorded in VLC. Maybe at some point I'll actually like rip directly from the ISO and just make it more easier and more better quality, but it is awful. It is terrible. But there are other worse ones. Sorry, I'm recording this at midnight. There are way worse ripoffs out there, like Little Genius Hebrew and Mini Passage, which I've also ripped. But yeah, that one is definitely one of the worst ones. And with that, at an hour in, we're finally done with my collection. That is all of the Baby Einstein ripoffs that I own. Um, I'm sure that I'll probably get some of the more interesting ones, like the ones that actually matter, like maybe some of the My Baby Can Talk ones, and some of the actually good ones that I don't have in here, or any other weird ones that haven't been ripped yet. Um, which was the case of a few of them, like the Baby Signs and Baby China. But yeah. Overall, definitely a interesting collection, I will admit. Definitely some variety. Um, but yeah, so I think that's basically just going to cover it all for this collection. I do not have any plans for early 2026 right now in terms of videos besides for this. I might do a review on some things when they come in, but other than that, I do not have any plans for anything big right now. So yeah, so until then, I'm sure more stuff will come in as I go, but right now I do not have anything planned. Um, One thing I will mention, Cameron, I parted ways with him, and we're kind of keeping distance right now. Um, I am kind of still helping him. There is one more project I'm gonna do with him before I just completely just stop doing videos with him. I don't know when he's gonna finish that. He's trying to hurry up and get it done by the end of the month, but don't count on it because we still have a long way to go. We're only like halfway done with it. And we've spent the last year on it, apparently. Like we spent the last year on it, and we're still not done. But yeah, so other than that, I have nothing else planned right now, so expect just random things to appear at random times. But with all that said, that's going to cover it all for now. So if you enjoyed this collection, be sure to give it a thumbs up. As always, remember to like, comment, subscribe. And with all that said, I will see you all later. So until then, peace.